G'day guys, it's your good old pal Captain Carter here, and today we are playing Cold Waters. Now, if you've been following this on YouTube, it hasn't gotten the biggest amount of, shall we say, people sort of sitting behind it, but, you know, there's a fairly good amount of people playing it out there. You've got Mighty Jingles, you've got Jive Turkey, you've got all those people. I'm going to throw links in the video description to their channels. Jive Turkey does really great streams with this game, and I watch them quite often. And so I've been playing this for a little while now, probably about 6 continuous sort of hours. So we're gonna record this today, and we're gonna upload this, and we're gonna see how this does and see how I can do. If you've followed my channel and you know what I'm like, you know that there can be language. So, disclaimer: there may be foul language in this video. I apologise in advance, but you click on this video, you know what's coming. Now, those of you that have followed my videos in the past know that I do play a fair few simulation games, and World of Warships in particular. I love playing World of Warships, but we need something a little bit different to surface warfare, so we're going to go under the sea today. So what we're going to do, we're going to start a new campaign. And we're going to do the North Atlantic in 1984, because that's just a little bit more fun. So basically the scenario sort of revolves around basically the start of what is essentially World War III. Which will obviously be very, very bad if that did occur. So what we'll do is we'll hit start. Now I've already got one save game going, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna go. What are we gonna call this? That's the dog barking because the wife's just got home, so I can't edit that out, unfortunately. We're gonna call this. What are we gonna call this one? Let's call this recording game. That'll do. I like that. And the commander name. Thomas Chesterton sounds kind of cool, but I don't like it. You know what? I'm a big fan of Star Trek role playing, and one character I used to always play was a character called Joseph Banning. So we're going to go with him today. I like that. Let's start the game, and we're going to go with a Los Angeles class nuclear attack submarine. Now there are some other options. You've got the Narwhal class attack submarine, one-off design, intended to take advantage of the very quite natural circulation nuclear power plant that was used in it. And this was one of the quietest places until they introduced the Seawolf. Pardon me. Which is... And then you got the Sturgeon. Then you got the Permit. You got the little Skipjack. Now the Skipjack was the first attack submarine to feature this teardrop hull design, which was very, very revolutionary. And this was in service since 1959. They did retire this, I think, in the 70s, I think. And they've even retired these Los Angeles class attack subs. But the 80s and the 90s was all about the Los Angeles class. So we're going to go with that. We have been assigned the USS Bremerton, SSN 698. I will take that quite happily. Thank you, boss man. Righto. And the campaign goes through these little bits. What will Reaganism mean for us foreign relations? New President-elect Ronald Reagan has begun his term in office with the establishing of a harsh tone against the Soviet Union. Soviet Union didn't quite like that, and they're going to do some stuff that's very, very naughty and bad. The US sort of pokes Russia a little bit. Russia downing a Korean Airlines flight over the Sakhalin Islands. That actually happened. Look it up. Very, very big in the very big aviation accident, that, unfortunately. Right. Russia deploys Pershing missiles in West Germany. Ooh, not good. And this is pretty much the beginning of the war. There we go. The Reds attack. War is now declared. Righto, intelligence indicates that numerous enemy diesel-electric subs operating in a wolf pack are headed for the North Sea. It is vital that these subs are destroyed before they attack NATO shipping and naval task forces in the area. You are ordered to find and destroy these enemy submarines. Diesel subs. This should be fun. Now, diesels can be awfully quiet. because they can run off battery, which makes them a lot harder to detect than a nuclear submarine. Now, first thing we're going to do, we're going to hit rearm and repair, and we're just going to see what we're loaded with at the moment. We've got 8 UGM-84. Now, those are the anti-shipping missiles. We've got 12 Mark 48 torpedoes with 4 in the tubes. I'll keep that. And we'll keep the 2 submarine decoys. I'm happy to keep them for the moment. So, North Sea. And we're looking for diesel subs. So what will happen is you get presented with this map, and as you can see, I'm left clicking to move at full speed, and if I hold down and right click and move my mouse, it'll move at low speed. Now that's what you want when you actually pick up a target. And as you can see, there's little planes darting around everywhere. Now what they are, they're anti-submarine patrol planes. And they will detect any hostile sea traffic for us to attack. As you can see, they fly up and down the coast. Rightio, here we go. Got 2 groups of submarines moving this way. I'm hoping for another plane. There we go. We're going to run right into this one, head on. Bam! Got him. Righto, we have a new starter contact bearing 093, designates Sierra 1. We're at 150 feet on a heading of 071. So they're just going to be off to... our starboard side, my apologies. And we're doing 10 knots. Okay, there's an overcast, so it's a gentle breeze, there's a very strong surface duct and a very strong thermal layer at 192 feet. So we're up inside the duct at the moment. Now, we're going to leave it at 25,000 yards. All hands, man the battle stations. In we go. First thing I'm going to do, Shift S. Rigs the ship for ultra quiet. Now what that'll do is that slows us down to 5 knots. And reduces all of our sounds so that we're very, very quiet. Now we've already picked up our target. There's Sierra 1. Now you can see over here, this is all the information relating to Sierra 1. As you can see, I'm very, very quiet, which means there's no... Now 84 decibels of ambient noise, that is fairly quiet. So the reason I'm starting to get such a good firing solution on him is because I'm being very, very quiet and his sound is bouncing around up here. That's if he's above the layer. If he's down below the layer, I'm not going to be detecting him very, very well. Now I'm holding 34% at the moment. What I want to do, it's not modelled in the game, but there is a towed sonar array through that little section just there. Oh my god, we've lost contact. No, not good. Righto, I may have spooked him. I certainly hope I haven't. Now, what I want to do, the towed array works best when it is perpendicular to the target. So, what I want to do, I want to get a bit more of an angle here. See if I can't detect him. Hoping I'll pick him up soon. Now here in the signature tab, this is the ambient. See, this is the ambient sound. See how it's just a little bit of sound up here? It means that, well, that obviously means there's not a lot of sound. So his sound should be very, very loud to me. I've got a funny feeling he might be below the layer. So what we're going to do, we're going to come 20 degrees down bubble, and we're going to drop below the layer. The layer's only 192 feet, which is good. So what we'll do, we'll just take ourselves down nice and slowly. Trying to be very, very quiet. Right, passing through the layer. There he is. Righto. Now it's going to take the firing. It's going to take the guys on the firing computer just a little longer to determine what he is, but we're moving up. It's moving up awfully quick. We're at 24% now. Now remember, they said there was a wolf pack, so there's got to be more than one. So, it's a quiet contact, so it's a diesel sub. That is really freaking close. I'm going to call that a Juliet. I don't think I've ever tracked a Juliet before. Let's see how far this goes. Now, if we don't spook him again, we should be able to hold this. Right, that's why he was below the layer. That's why I couldn't detect him. That's why I was only getting a very faint signal up here. Now you see I've dropped below the layer. We're already at 38%, and I reckon it's going to jump up to 40 in a second. We'll just listen a little bit more. Now that range is not a final range. Okay, there we go. We've now got a new contact on a bearing of 057. And it reckons he's all the way out there. I don't think he is. He's going to be below the layer as well. Now what I'm going to do, see, there's a little faint line there, and that's what I really want to match up. Bam, tango. Right, so there's at least 2 submarines. Now Wolfpack is definitely got to be more than 2. So where's the third one? Let's go down a little bit deeper. Let's drop down to about 250 feet. Drop down to 250, I reckon we'll be in with a half decent chance of getting a much better bearing on target to these guys. Whoa, okay, that re-updated very, very quickly. That Tango is now projected to be at 12,000 yards. Whoa, he's even closer now. He is definitely below me. I reckon we'll take it down to we'll take it down to 300 feet. And that's about where he is. He's at about 350. Now here's the thing, if I spook either one of these two, they're going to try and take a snapshot in my direction. But here's the thing, which way are they heading? That is definitely information right about now I want to know. Come up 10 degrees, just to level us out at 300 feet. Righto. I'm going to bring us around to dead north. It is very, very quiet down here, and I don't like how quiet it is. Now here's the good thing about diesel submarines, they're awfully slow. Some of these submarines are only capable of about 12 knots underwater. Now I can do 33, which means if they would have run, I can chase them. I could be in their baffles and they would have no idea that I'm even there. For those of you not up on naval lingo, baffles is the back end of the ship, through which a ship or submarine, in this case, sonar, cannot detect. It's effectively a dead zone. It's just too noisy inside the baffles because you've got the propeller and it's causing, it's creating its own sound waves. So sitting behind a submarine, there's a very good chance that if a torpedo was fired from behind you, you couldn't hear it before it actually hit you. We've only just hit 51% on that Tango. I could take a snapshot at him now, and we'd be in with a good chance of actually hitting him. It's awfully tempting. Okay, the Tango's now gone deep. His range hasn't moved for a while. And it's very quiet, which means I don't need to send these torpedoes active. I can just leave them on passive. But I can't hear any other submarines. We are close to the coast though. And these guys are in a bit of a shallower water here. The water back there behind me gets far shallower, but here it's not awfully deep. 500 feet for these guys is about their maximum test depth. Right, we haven't moved off 54-55% for a while, so I am going to take a chance here. I'm going to take a snapshot of both of them. Righto, let's see how good my watching other YouTubers is. I'm going to take a shot at that Tango first. There we go, right, 60%. Okay, we've now got a heading. He's heading directly towards us. That's great. I like that. It's only at 7,000 yards. 67%. He's getting louder. The Juliet's now shrunken off because his sound is now being muffled by his. See how it's going down? It's either that or we're heading away from him, and I really don't want to be doing that. 70%, come on, hit 75%. I'm just going to take a snapshot at you. 73. Come on. Come on. 77%. Hit 80. Come on, just hit 80% and I'm doing it. 80% should at least give me... That'll do me. 8 knots. 6,800 yards. Bam, 85. There he is. Bingo, baby. Bingo, bango, bongo. You're going to die. Righto. Firing point procedures. Tube 1. Distance to on a bearing of 075. Range 6,800 yards. Fire tube 1. Righto. There's the Tango over there. You can actually see him. 95% accuracy now. That's definitely him. There he is there. Now at the moment, he's not doing anything very evasive. I don't think he knows that this is coming. Is he turning? He is turning, but he's only turning very, very slowly. I don't think he even knows this torpedo's here. Because if he knew this torpedo was here, he'd hear it coming. Either that or he's about to take a snapshot at me, which I really hope he doesn't. Well, even if he does. Okay, he's gone active. He knows that this is coming now. Bam, there he goes. He's hard to port and he's running. Which is going to be bad news for him because he's not going to be able to evade this torpedo. Now, between myself and him, now he's banging away on active sonar. He is not going to hear me. He can't hear me. There's a torpedo between me and him, which is going to be causing all sorts of ruckus. He's toast. He is absolutely toast. Now, the thing is, if he's banging away on active, I wonder what that Juliet's doing. I reckon he might be trying to run too, but it's not going to do these guys any good. This guy's now at his maximum submerged speed. He's at 12 knots. This is as fast as he can run. It's as fast as his little diesel engine and triple screws will actually take him. If we cut back to the torpedo. Now, there's no one hunting me yet, which is good. I'll keep running that. There we go. Torpedo acquired. Drop down to his depth. See if he releases a noisemaker, which he does. The torpedo will do its natural thing. It'll try to evade the noisemaker. It's going to want to try and sail around it, which it'll do. It's going to come back to the left. And he's turning left, so that's bad news for him. The torpedo will now find him again, and this guy's going to die. No question about it. And as you can see, this torpedo is not banging away. It's too quiet. I don't need it. There we go. And to the seafloor he goes. Now, worse still for me. That Juliet There's now a noisemaker between me and it. So, this is what I propose we do. We're going to dive down to about 500 feet. We're going to head directly towards them. And once we're at 500 feet, we're going to open this thing up to all ahead full. And we're going to try and close that distance. Now he will be listening for me. But I want to get a better shooting solution on him, because 35% at the moment is not good. It reckons he's 20,000 yards away. If that tango was there and he was sailing in this direction, there's not a chance that he is that far away. He's going to be very, very close. So that's what we want to try and work out. Is exactly how close he really is. I'm going to reload tube 1, so we're going to release the ship from ultra quiet. Passing 400, now I can safely accelerate down here. Righto, I've now lost the Juliet. I'm going to head due east. Whoop. Right, 500 feet, head full. Now see, as I go faster, there's now flow noise coming over the sonar. So what that's now doing is it's making it very, very noisy. Which means that I can't track this guy. Because at the moment, all I'm trying to track him with is transients, which is just the ambient noise that he's making as he goes through the water. Things like torpedo tube doors opening, unnatural sounds that don't occur inside the ocean. So we're banging along at 26 knots at the moment, about 500 feet. And we're just going to stay down here for a bit. I just want to get a little bit closer just so I can try to positively ID where this guy is. Because we know that he was fairly shallow. The Tango was deep, but he was shallow. I'm also curious if there's another submarine out here. So, I think it's F9 is time compression. Yep, okay. Accelerate the time up. I'm going to head past the wreck of the Tango. Alrighty. About there. Right, rig the ship for ultra quiet, make turns for 5 knots. Right, now as we slow down, our noise is going to become less and less and less. And then I reckon we'll re-pick up that Juliet. Now here's the thing, is it hanging down below the layer or has he gone above the layer? I don't know. There he is, we've relocated him. Ooh, that's not a Juliet. Oh, sorry, it is too. There we go. Alright, we're now relatively certain it is definitely a Juliet. And we're now getting a very good solution read on him. 30%, and I reckon that's going to jump up another big distance here at the moment. Now, we're not making a lot of noise here at all. So it's going to become really easy to track this guy very, very soon. 32. Where is he? He's at about 300 feet. So we're about 200 feet below him at the moment. Come on. This is probably the hardest part about this game, is it's waiting. It's waiting to get a good enough solution so you can actually track a target. Now, I could take a snapshot at the moment, but you saw with the Tango, he was out at about, what was it, like 15,000 yards, and then snapped up to 10. He's now getting closer. Maybe there's only the 2 diesel subs out here, I'm not too sure. I'm kind of hoping there is. Now you can see up here the sea floor is getting closer. So this is much less water up here, so there's less room for the sound to bounce. Alright, we're at 40% shooting solution at the moment, 42. I would really like to narrow down exactly how far away he is. $12,000 yards. He could be coming this way. I'd find that very odd if he was, because he'd be heading away from his target. What I think it is we're just getting a more accurate read on his position. That's why he's edging closer, is he's actually probably here. The firing computer thinks he's out here, but I reckon he's going to be about here. I reckon he's going to be about 5,000 or 6,000 yards off. But he's going to be in this general direction. He's going to be up here in this shallower water. You've got to remember, diesel submarines cannot stay submerged for very, very long. So at some point, he's going to want to come and surface, because these diesel engines need to breathe. But where is he? I reckon we're going to take a snapshot when this thing hits 60%. Because if he can make a buttload of noise for me, that's going to make it very easy to detect. I might even just take a snapshot and let it activate at about 5,000 yards. 58, 60, right, now we've got a course. There he is, right. Is he 10,000 yards off? The firing computer seems to think so. It seems to be maintaining about 10,000 yards at the moment. Pardon me, okay. %, 70%, 9,800 yards, 72, 97. Yep, that's going to be a pretty accurate read, I reckon. 75, 9.5. Yep, that's going to be accurate as. And the reason we're closing is because I'm moving sort of semi towards him. I'm only doing 5 knots, but we're still closing. There's be a closing speed there of probably around 10 or 11 knots at least. 80%. We should start to see a track in a minute. 82. $85. We have a shooting solution. That's why I waited. He was at 9,000 yards. Firing point procedures. Tube 1. Bearing 153. Range 4,500 yards. Shoot tube 1. Right. There's our torpedo. He's heading right for it. He is going to hear this thing coming. And you're going to know the exact point he does, because he's going to run. He's going to drop a noisemaker, he's going to turn, and he's going to leg it. Now this thing is going to activate virtually. There we go. He's heard it. He's gone active. Now, I haven't gone active sonar on my vessel yet, because that's going to give my position away. If I give my position away, then he's going to try and take a shot at me before he dies. And he has turned. You can see he's turned now, and he has actually increased speed a little bit. He is trying to run. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to do him a lot of good. Juliet's, my goodness, these things have to be ancient. I've never had a Juliet in the game. I've had Tangos, I've had Novembers, I've had just about everything else. Bam, Torpedo acquired. There's his noisemaker. I'm going to take manual control of the Torpedo. Oh my god, I missed him. Whoops. Won't let that happen again. I must have just brushed him. Right, I've lost him now. Not for long though, because now I know where you are, sucker. Bam! Juliet's dead. There he goes. Stretch 2. I reckon now's a pretty good time. Bingo, no vessels, no weapons, no aircraft, and no flooding. Leave the combat area, and that was the only 2 targets, the Juliet and the Tango. Excellent. Well done to us. And that's the result. Fine work dealing with those boats, Commander. Your contribution to the war effort will make transit for our convoys a lot safer. And supporting the troops on land is what the Navy is about. Keep it up, Commander. Await additional orders on this downlink. And I think we're going to leave it right about there, guys. So, look, if you liked the video, chuck a like at it. Don't forget to hit subscribe. If you disliked the video and you really didn't like it, let me know. Hit dislike, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys next time around. See you later.